Let me ask you something personal. When you walk into a room this summer, what do you want people to feel when they see you? Not just notice. Feel. Because there are women out there, right now, walking into restaurants, walking through farmers' markets, walking into Sunday service on the hottest days of the year, and every single head turns. Not because of a designer logo, not because of a flashy outfit, but because something about them communicates one thing instantly and unmistakably. That woman knows exactly who she is. And here is the truth that nobody in the fashion world wants to say out loud. Most of what you have been told about dressing in summer after 50 has been quietly working against you. The advice to cover up. The advice to keep it simple. The advice to just stay comfortable. That advice was never designed for a woman like you. It was designed to make you invisible. And you were never meant to be invisible. Today, right here on Black Women Over 50, I am giving you 7 visual codes that the most elegant women alive use every single summer. Not to try harder, but to stop trying and start commanding. Stay with me all the way to code 7, because that one is the one that will change everything about how you are perceived the moment you walk through any door this season. Let us get into it. Code 1. The weight of elegance. Here is a question I want you to think about honestly. When you open your closet on a hot summer morning and reach for a blouse, what are you actually reaching for? For most women, the answer is automatic. Anything light. Anything that will not make me sweat. Anything that feels like barely wearing anything at all. And I completely understand that instinct. Summer heat is real. Comfort matters. But here is what no one tells you. The problem is not the weight of the fabric. The problem is the wrong kind of lightweight. Cheap polyester. Flimsy rayon. Synthetic jersey. These fabrics are light on the body, yes. But they're heavy on the look. They cling. They stick. They shift with every movement. Under the summer sun, they expose everything you did not plan to show, and they wrinkle within 15 minutes of leaving the house. And nothing dissolves elegance faster than a wrinkled blouse by noon. The women who look expensive in summer heat are not reaching for the lightest thing in the closet. They are reaching for heavyweight linen and raw silk. Now, I already know what you are thinking. Will that not be hot? And here is the secret that designers have understood for centuries. Heavyweight linen is breathable in a way that no synthetic fabric can come close to matching. It does not cling to your skin. It holds its own shape independent of your body. And that structure, that quiet refusal to collapse, is exactly what gives it that elevated, refined appearance. It drapes with intention. It frames your body rather than just covering it. Raw silk does the same thing at an even more elevated level. The fabric moves with you, but it never loses its composure. Much like the woman who is wearing it. So the next time you are shopping for summer, touch the fabric before you look at the price tag. Heavy, breathable, structured. That is your new standard. And once you feel the difference, you will never go back. Code 2. The melanin and white contrast. I need to talk about something that the fashion industry has quietly gotten wrong for decades. And I believe it has cost a lot of beautiful Black women some of their most powerful looks. White. There is a persistent myth that white is somehow difficult to wear. That it washes people out. That it only flatters certain skin tones. And I am here to tell you directly, that is completely and utterly backwards. White is one of the most powerful colors a Black woman over 50 can wear. The visual contrast between rich, melanin-dense skin and a beautifully chosen white is genuinely breathtaking. It is striking in a way that almost no other color combination can match. But here is where most women make the mistake. They think white is just white. They reach for that flat, stark, clinical white, put it on from head to toe, and then wonder why something feels slightly off. The secret is that white is an entire world. There is optical white, the brightest and sharpest. There is ivory with a subtle warmth to it. There is cream, even softer and warmer. And there is oyster, which carries an almost gray undertone that is quietly, deeply sophisticated. When you layer these variations together, something extraordinary happens. You create depth. You create dimension. The fashion world calls this tonal dressing. And against rich, deep skin, that layered, creamy white palette reads as pure luxury. Picture this. A crisp oyster linen trouser. An ivory silk blouse layered on top. Finished with a cream duster or an off-white blazer. The result is not just an outfit. It is a composition. It is the summer uniform of a woman who understands elegance at the deepest level. Drop a comment below and tell me, have you ever tried tonal white dressing? Because if you have not, this summer's the summer. Code 3. The collarbone reveal. This one makes me passionate because I think the advice given to women over 50 on this topic has been genuinely harmful. There is an entire industry of unsolicited opinions telling you to cover up, to add layers, to choose blouses that go to the neck and sleeves that go to the wrist. And I want to say this as clearly as I possibly can. That advice is not about elegance. It is about fear. And elegant women do not dress from a place of fear. Now, I am not suggesting you strip down without intention. What I am suggesting is far more sophisticated than that. I am suggesting you focus specifically on one of the most architectural, most regal, most naturally beautiful parts of a woman's body at any age, the collarbone. When you expose the collarbone with a beautifully cut boat neck or a refined V-neck in a structured fabric, something almost magical happens to your entire bearing. You naturally lift your chin. Your shoulders drop back. You become more open, more present, more commanding in any space you enter. I call it the ballerina effect. You are not just showing a little skin. You are presenting your most elegant self to the room. And here is the truth. This single neckline choice will change how every photograph looks. It will change how you feel when you walk into a room full of people. That is how powerful one small, intentional decision can be. If this is already speaking to you and you are not yet part of our community, hit that subscribe button right now. Black Women Over 50 is here every single week with content made specifically for you. Now let us keep going because Code 4 is one I see women get wrong constantly. Code 4. The true nude illusion. Shoes. This is where summer elegance either comes completely together or quietly falls apart. And I see this mistake on women who have otherwise put together a genuinely beautiful outfit from the waist up. They finish with black strappy sandals. I understand the logic. Black goes with everything, right? But here is what black strappy sandals actually do to your silhouette that most women never realize. Every single strap creates a visual interruption. At the ankle, at the foot, across the toe. All of those interruptions cut the leg. They make your legs appear shorter and the entire outfit feel heavier. In summer, that works directly against the lightness and elongation you are trying to create. The correction is simple, and it is one of the most transformative single changes you can make to a summer look. You find your true nude. Not a generic beige designed for one skin tone and labeled universal. Your true nude. The shade that most closely matches the specific depth and warmth of your own beautiful skin. For deep, rich skin tones, that might be dark mahogany or deep cognac. For warm medium tones, perhaps caramel or toffee. For lighter golden tones, a warm honey or a soft tan. When the shoe disappears into your skin tone, your leg extends. The visual line becomes unbroken from hip to floor. You look taller. You look longer. And the quality of everything else you are wearing takes full, uninterrupted center stage. That is not a small thing. That is the difference between a look that is nice and a look that stops a room. Code 5. Heirloom gold over fast fashion shine. Let us talk about jewelry because one small, subtle shift in this area creates an enormous visual difference in summer specifically. Here's the truth about cheap jewelry in the sun. It is merciless. The light hits those mirror-bright silver-plated hoops, those shiny gold-toned chains, and they look like exactly what they are. Plastic with a coating. And no matter how beautiful the rest of your outfit is, the moment summer light catches cheap jewelry, it quietly undermines everything you carefully built. Here's what the most elegant women understand about gold, especially gold on black skin. Gold is the most naturally harmonious metal for melanin-rich skin tones. It warms the skin. It glows against it. It creates an almost luminous quality that no silver or chrome can replicate. But the secret is not just choosing gold. It is choosing the right finish. The women who look like they are wearing heirlooms are not wearing shiny gold. They are wearing brushed gold. Matte gold. That slightly subdued, velvety finish that does not announce itself loudly, but radiates a quiet and unmistakable quality to everyone near it. a chunky brushed gold hoop, a solid matte gold bangle, a heavy textured gold cuff. These pieces read as old money. They read as inherited. They read as jewelry with a story behind it. And a story, worn quietly on your wrist or at your ear, is one of the most powerful things you can add to any summer look. Code 6. The Crown's Summer Polish. I saved this one for a reason. Because I believe it might be the single most important thing I say in this entire video. And I need you to really hear it. Your hair is not just your hair. It is the first thing people register when they look at you. And it is the last thing they remember after you leave the room. In the summer, humidity is relentless. Heat makes everything harder to manage. And I have seen so many beautiful women who put together an elevated outfit, put on beautiful jewelry, chose the right shoes, and then stepped outside with hair that looks like they gave up somewhere between the bathroom and the front door. And here is the truth. That one thing, that one unintentional detail, can quietly unravel every other decision you made that morning. The women who look expensive in summer heat are not fighting the humidity. They are commanding it. They make one deliberate choice and they execute it with complete intention. That might mean a sleek, perfectly smooth low bun at the nape of the neck. The kind of bun that ballet dancers wear, that classical sculptors put on their most regal figures. The kind that says I am entirely composed and I intend to remain that way. It might mean a beautifully tied silk head wrap. And I want to speak to this specifically because this is one of the most powerful style statements a Black woman can make in any season. When you wrap your hair in a silk scarf, you are not hiding it. You are elevating it. You are presenting yourself as a woman who treats even the most intimate details of her appearance as a deliberate statement. The wrap does not say I could not deal with my hair today. The wrap says I am the kind of woman who knows that everything she does is intentional. Right down to the way the silk catches the light near her face. Choose your wrap in ivory, champagne, or a deep jewel tone that harmonizes with the rest of your outfit. Drape it with volume at the crown. Let a clean, smooth edge frame your face beautifully. And do not underestimate the power of a well-maintained protective style either. Beautifully kept braids, pinned up at the nape or worn long with a sleek center part, read as entirely intentional and deeply sophisticated. It says I made a choice that honors my hair, my lifestyle, and my aesthetic all at once. That is not just style. That is self-knowledge. And self-knowledge, worn visibly and confidently, is one of the most commanding things a woman can carry into any room. Tell me in the comments. What is your go-to summer hairstyle? I genuinely want to know. And while you are down there, if you have not liked this video yet, do that right now. It truly helps this channel reach more women just like you. Code 7. The Regal Summer Duster. I want to end with something that is going to feel slightly indulgent the first time you try it. And then you are going to wonder how you ever got dressed without it. Most women in summer choose between two options. They either wear a simple dress or a basic top with trousers, or they throw on a heavy cardigan that is too warm and kills the entire look. Neither option creates what we are actually going for. The kind of effortless, fully composed, completely realized elegance that makes a room stop when you enter it. The answer is the duster. A sheer, ultra-lightweight linen duster. Or a fluid silk one. Or a gauzy open-weave long-line vest that drapes from the shoulders and falls to the knee, the calf, or all the way to the floor. This one piece does three things simultaneously that no other single garment can do. First, it adds the critical third element to your look. Stylists call this the third piece rule. It is the difference between a person wearing clothes and a person wearing an outfit. That distinction is everything. Second, when you walk, the duster moves. It catches the air. It billows softly behind you. It creates motion and presence without any effort on your part whatsoever. Picture that energy for a moment. A woman walks into a room and her clothes are still moving when she stops. That is not an entrance. That is an arrival. Third, and this is the practical brilliance of the whole thing, a lightweight duster actually keeps you cooler than not wearing one. Because it creates a layer of air between the heat of the sun and your skin. Now let me be precise about how to choose the right one, because the wrong duster will undo everything we have built together today. Color first. Your duster should live in the same tonal world as the rest of your outfit. If you are working the tonal white palette from Code 2, your duster should be ivory, cream, or raw white linen. If you are wearing navy with cognac accessories, reach for a caramel or natural undyed linen. The duster extends the composition. It never interrupts it. Length matters more than most women realize. A duster ending at the hip does almost nothing for your silhouette. You want it to fall at minimum to the knee, ideally mid-calf or all the way to the ankle. The longer the duster, the more dramatic and intentional the movement when you walk. And that movement is the entire point. It is what creates what I call the matriarch aura. That unmistakable sense that you are not simply passing through a room, but arriving in it. And one final rule that is not optional. Wear it open. Never buttoned. A duster worn open frames your entire body the way a portrait frame surrounds a painting. The moment you button it, you lose the silhouette, the movement, the drama, and the entire effect. Open, relaxed, and flowing. That is the code. 7 codes. 7 deliberate, intentional decisions. No designer required. No fortune to spend. Just the knowledge, the intention, and the quiet, unshakable decision to walk into every room this summer like you were made for it. Because you were. You have always been the most elegant woman in the room. The only thing that was ever missing was someone reminding you of that. And that is exactly what Black women over 50 is here for, every single week. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 7 codes changed the way you are thinking about your summer wardrobe? Tell me below right now. Drop the number. Drop the code. Tell me what shifted for you today. If this video added something real to your life, share it with a woman in your life who deserves to walk into every room this summer feeling completely and totally untouchable. And if you are not yet subscribed to this channel, this is your moment. Join this community. We show up for each other here every single week. Remember this as you close this video and go open your closet with brand new eyes. A queen does not dress for the weather. She dresses for the room. And darling, you have always been the queen.